Hello everyone, and welcome to Passionate Perseverance Tarot. Thank you so much for joining in today. I was asked by a community member if I could take a look at the recent incident that happened, I believe a motor vehicle accident involving a bus in Australia. And there was a social media post that was put up by Virginia GIUFFRE, and she is allegedly currently in a hospital after this crash with a school bus. So I'm going to read what CNN posted. Okay, I'm just getting it from a YouTube search and CNN came up, so I'm just going to kind of familiarize myself there. If you know more or if there's more that's unfolded since seeing this, please put it in the chat. I appreciate that. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and I'm going to tap into the energy to see if we can find breadcrumbs to help us connect the dots as to what might have occurred here, because there's definitely some contradicting stories and some confusion involved with it. Now, Virginia's a very prominent figure, and one of the most prominent figures that alleged that Jeffrey E., I'm assuming everyone knows what I'm talking of. I just heard a really loud thud too. And it was like a vehicle. It happened outside, but there's like no coincidences and everything's fine. It was just at that exact moment. So definitely something more to unpack here. All right. So Virginia previously alleged that Jeffrey E., as well as I believe Prince Andrew, abused her. And I think she did receive a settlement. She's been living in Australia. And just recently, over the past, I think it was 2 days ago now, don't quote me on that, but was involved in this accident and put a social media post up saying that. Now, authorities have said that there was an accident, but it wasn't that serious, I believe. But let's go ahead and see what the post said here. She showed a photo of herself lying in a hospital bed with her face covered in bruises, and it said, quote, "I've gone into kidney renal failure. They've given me 4 days to live," end quote. Authorities later indicated to CNN that no injuries had been reported following the crash, and that her family said in a statement through their representation on Tuesday, Virginia thought that she had posted the message on her private Facebook page. Okay. She was one of the most prominent accusers of the wealthy sex offender J.E., and in 2019, she publicly alleged that he trafficked her and forced her to have sex with his friends. I just had the lights flicker too, so every time I bring up that name, I'm getting outside energy impacting here. So that, I just wanted to make note of that. She also claimed that the prince was aware she was underage in the U.S. at the time. The Duke of York repeatedly denied these claims. All right, so that was in the past. Her initial Instagram post stated that the school bus was driving about 68 miles per hour, hit her car as it was slowing for a turn. Western Australia police referred CNN to a report of a minor collision between a car and a bus near Perth on March 24th, stating the car sustained approximately $2,000 worth of damage. There were no reported injuries as a result of the crash. So that's very different than what the Instagram post is saying. Let me just see if we get anything further. A source with knowledge of the situation told CNN Tuesday that GIUFFRE was a current inpatient at a hospital in Perth, but was not in life-threatening condition. Okay, well, let's send out prayers that is true. Let's just take a moment and send out love and light and healing energy and prayers that she will recover from whatever it is that she is currently dealing with. She does have the bruising shown in the social picture, according to the source, but is not at the stage told the hospital but has not at this stage told the hospital what caused those injuries. The spokesperson, after being contacted by CNN for further comment, said in a statement attributed to the family that she remains in serious condition while receiving medical care. So something is obviously going on here, and there's miscommunication or misinterpreting of the details, and now there's been speculation and mass speculation online, and because of this person's past and past trauma and past claims, is really wondering what is going on, right? Has people in the collective, in the communities, wondering what is going on here. All right, let me just see. If there's anything more before we jump in. And it is saying that there were children on the bus. Everyone left the scene. And allegedly here, no injuries that required a hospital. And it's saying here that they believed that she was banged up, but bruised and returned home. Okay. According to a spokesperson. All right, everyone. So again, this is going to be for entertainment purposes only. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's go ahead and see. I was getting external messages coming in right away, so I do feel as though there's something going on here involved with, I'll just call him E, all right? Because I know that YouTube will sometimes be very sensitive if we're using that name. It hurts me to look at this picture, which I assume it would hurt anybody too. I just had it pulled up there, and she's definitely looking bruised and very vulnerable and in a severe amount of pain. So I want to send out love and light and healing energy and hope that she is able to make a full recovery. Okay. All right. In regards to, I have transformation coming out right away. Transformation's coming out right away. I'm going to try to tap into her energy first. Her energy first. And it is showing her on a bridge. Okay. She did have to hide behind a mask. I think this is past energy, okay? It doesn't mean that it's still not there in her life currently, but it's just showcasing that it's been difficult for her to show who she really is, to say her truth, and that she has just been through. It's like on center stage. I'm on center stage, but vulnerable and afraid to show my scars. That type of energy, right? Like, you see me, but you don't see me. I'm so much more. And yes, she was beautiful, still is very beautiful, shining light, right? Vibrant. And I apologize. I was not really familiar with her prior to this. And I'm interested in learning more about her because she screams survivor, right? She is a survivor through and through in the energy from what I'm picking up. But it was where you would look at her and not see the scars, right? The scars were on the inside. And that's the mask that I'm feeling pulled to, is that she's had to hide these scars. Now, oh, I'm sorry. I just had the vast universe fell on the floor, that card. And it didn't just fall. It slid under something. So it's like she's had to really hide herself. And it's been tough. And I do feel as though she's been seeking outside help, therapy, just talking to someone, family members. It hasn't been easy. The trauma that she's endured has left scars. And they're not visible. And that sometimes is the hardest thing to cope with. So I do get right away that she's going through some sort of transformational change. And she's on this bridge. And the bridge is showcasing spirit on the other side here. Or spirit influencing it in some way, shape, or form. I have family in reverse. And I do feel as though she's a mother. Don't quote me on that. But there's not wanting to leave family, because it's coming in reverse. Not wanting to leave family, or more amends that need to be taken with family. I'll get clarity on that. Let's go ahead and just see, as far as this transformation card, I feel it in my throat. So it's interesting. I was feeling it in my throat. See how the beauty card came out? This is what I feel with behind that mask. So it's where she's had to hide behind a mask and present herself one way, where she's seen as beautiful and glowing and feminine and just everything that people would think is this picture perfect existence, when really the scars were always there. You just can't see them because they're below the surface. And that's like one of the hardest things, I think, to deal and cope with, that she's had to process and go through. And it was really hard. So here she's holding the throat space a little bit and the heart space there, and feeling like this silence. I feel it really strongly. It was very hard for her. And this, I am feeling past energy. Whew, I gotta take a deep breath. I'm sorry. It was very hard for her to speak a truth, and nervous about being stonewalled, right? Or not believed, or feeling stuck, or feeling a finger pointed at, or almost blame put on the victim. All of that, fear, self-doubt, abandonment issues, all of that is really still prevalent in the energy. And I do feel as though she's been seeking help, seeking guidance for that, but it's still right there. And I do feel as though this has caused a struggle with her family dynamic as well. Let me go ahead and get further clarity in regards to the family and that energy. Healing. Yeah, there's healing that has to happen there. There's healing that has to happen for her family, and for that connection. Releasing, purifying, and cleansing. So that's the first message that I have coming out. Now I want to go ahead and take a look at the energy in regards to if there was an accident. We're seeing that there was an accident, but I want to try to dig deeper to the extent of that accident and see if we're able to get any type of clarification. Let me just go to this deck first. Five of Rods wants to come out first. I'm feeling a heaviness in my headspace, particularly towards the back of my headspace when I get into the energy. So I just want to go ahead and ask. She's coming out. Empress energy right away. Feminine Empress energy. I'm being pulled to, again, this card, wanting to bring it over here with the Empress. So even though she's been able to speak a truth and had a settlement and came out and went through this like transformational change, the scars are still there. It hasn't, the healing, although she's making steps, it's still so fresh. It still feels so fresh as far as the trauma that she was put through by, and I'm seeing 10 of Pentacles, but I'm hearing legacy. By a legacy, like a hierarchy, even a bloodline. And then I have Justice. And then I do have the Death card coming out with that. But this is showcasing she hasn't been able to move on from this trauma. It's right below the surface. Oh, and it's this. It's feeling frozen, unable to move on, stonewalled, and just left for DEAD. That's how, feeling like that. Feeling left for that. Like, how am I supposed to move on from this trauma, this pain, and thinking that there will be a better day ahead, but with the Sun in reverse, it's never how it seems, or it's never as it appears. And it feels as though always feeling the manipulation, the control, the fear. It's there, and it's always there. I just feel like it's always there. It never goes away. So although it might appear as though there was a monetary settlement, and it's like, okay, you got your what's the right word? You got something in return, but it doesn't fix anything, if that makes sense. Because it's her cup, right? It's her cup, her inner light, her shine that has been darkened, scarred, left for on what feels like just abandoned and manipulated, controlled. So all of this we know because of the past. Okay. And I honestly didn't look at the energy, and I haven't ever before, and I haven't read anything that she's claimed other than just being a victim from E, and as well as part of, I guess, the royal family there as well. So yeah, I'm getting confirmation of that. So I definitely think that this happened. So as far as that occurring and being factful, being truthful, I absolutely am getting that in the energy. And I don't think she's ever been able to move past it. No, it's tried to heal, tried to get counseling, tried to get therapy, tried to talk to other people, and I just not able to move past it and feeling stuck and under the thumb. Okay. Really seeking balance, hoping for better days, trying to pour into her, but it is just these scars really run deep. They run deep. Okay, that message wanted to come out, everyone. It's very heavy, so I appreciate you allowing me to get that out. Now, I want to get further clarity in regards to this accident that happened. In regards to this accident, show me the energy surrounding this accident. I feel it really heavy in my head. And I have the sun in reverse. I feel a pain in my head, and I do feel a heaviness in my head. I have the Hanged Man coming out. So I do feel as though this caused like a whiplash feeling. I get like a whiplash type of a feeling coming out in the energy. So, and I do have 9 of Swords energy coming out also. Let me just see, as far as injuries, yeah, 4 of Swords. She definitely needs time to rest, recover, rejuvenate. And I feel it really in the head space, primarily. I know that, or I believe, I'll have to look at the article again. I don't think it's so much anything to do with the head per se, as far as the possibility of only 4 days, right? Giving her the 4 days, allegedly. But let me just see what else comes out here. Yeah, Temperance is coming out again. So it really is about trying to find balance. I have Temperance twice. As far as the accident, I feel it in my headspace. Whiplash type feeling is how I would describe it. And then look, I'm getting again the head coming out. Let me just see. We'll check one more. And yeah, right here. Like, I definitely feel as though there was some sort of injury, but I feel it more so in the head space. Doesn't mean there couldn't be something else going on, but that's just what I'm picking up. Let me just see. There was definitely injury, because I'm getting it again here coming out. Just feeling not right. Feeling falling down. Feeling hurt. Okay, showcase further any injuries for her from this accident. See that I got it in the head again. So that's what I'm feeling pulled to, is for me as a reader, picking up on some sort of like whiplash or feeling it in the head. Head confusion. I know there's confusion because look, clarity is coming up in reverse. So it's like it's causing confusion and feeling, oh gosh, really out of it. This, all right, this is what I think is going on. And I'm actually going to really send out, look, it's coming out. Confusion, unclear, confusion, shadiness. I want to send out love and light and healing energy, that she's able to have some clarity come in and make her aware of the present moment, what is going on in the here and now, to help guide her back, because what I'm feeling is this feels like it triggered a wound from before. Now, I do feel as though she has an injury, and there can be other things going on with her also. So I'm not trying to negate that, but I feel like this accident really triggered within her a childhood wound, a wound from her teenage years of the abuse and the trauma, and her mind now is struggling to make sense and clarity of what is happening within herself. And the human mind is extremely powerful. So she's stuck in this trap right now, it feels like, of fear, panic, manipulation, and not knowing how to get out of it. And it's like sent her back into this prison of feeling helpless. Feeling helpless. Feeling helpless is what I'm getting. Toxic, feeling helpless. Now I'm being pulled to this energy. Okay. That's what I'm having coming out as far as the accident. So let me try to see in regards to the post that she made. Was this... And I do feel in her mindset that she's confused. So it's difficult to pinpoint in the energy because you're going to pick up on like that confusion. But let me just try to see in regards to her energy and for the post that she put up. Yeah, I'm getting the Hanged Person, and I do have Strength coming out. So it is her trying to showcase her perspective of an incident. Now, I do feel as though she's confused about certain circumstances, or is not. Yeah, I have the Moon coming out. She's either confused or not 100% clear, or doesn't know all of the details. So it could be where she's blurring lines. Like she could have an issue that was something from something else and now is thinking it's from that, right? Where her sense of reality seems a little skewed. I do have Judgment, and I do have the Devil in reverse here. I do feel as though she's feeling very targeted, though. I do think she's fearful, and I don't think she's ever been able to get out of that mindset. I think it has really stayed with her and controlled her and caused her conflict and inner turmoil throughout the years. Let me just get further clarity as to why the Hanged Woman is here. She's never been able to find balance. I have Temperance coming out. It's been a difficult journey and a difficult struggle for her. Further clarity on the Strength card, please. She's trying to show a sign of strength to the world, but it's always where she feels a watching eye, or someone lurking, or feeling like someone's out to get her, or feeling like she'll never be safe. So it really is very controlling, feeling stuck, feeling lost, feeling isolated, feeling confused, and unclear about what to do moving forward. So let me just see in regards to her health. Is she going to make a recovery? Is she going to make a recovery? The Knight of Wands. Look at this card. I think she is. And I'm sending out love and light and healing energy and prayers that is going to happen. I think if her mindset is able to make sense of the confusion that she's dealing with, because look at this Seven of Swords right here. Doesn't it look like an entrapment with like a car? It also looks kind of like a fire truck coming, right? But it's where I think she's confused within her mental state. And I do feel as though there'll be clarity coming in And that's going to empower her to be able to take some sort of control and lean into her strength moving forward. Okay, I'm going to get confirmation of that from another deck. Let me go ahead and see. Guidance, please. As far as her healing, is she going to... There it is right there. I think she can. I think she is going to be able to heal from this. I'm going to continue to send out love and light and prayers her way that she's able to heal from whatever is ailing her in this moment, and that she's able to reclaim her strength and reclaim her power and be able to put a healing plan in place that is going to help empower her moving forward. Okay. One where she's not going to feel alone. One where she can put in roots and build from a solid foundation upon which to grow. I do feel in the headspace too, I think, I definitely feel as though the crash caused like whiplash, I just feel it in my head, and then it was just like confusion after that. Let me just see in regards to this accident, was there any type of foul play in regards to the accident? Was there any type of foul play in regards to the accident? I have... I'm going to check another deck. I have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands coming out. It feels as though... See, the Knight of Pentacles is slow, so I don't think speed was an issue. I'm not getting speed was an issue. Was there any type of foul play in regards to the accident that happened? Please showcase in the energy. Oh, I just get the Four of Swords again, showcasing needing time to rest, recover, and see how feeling over the head? Over the head? I don't know if possibly there was confusion even before. What caused this accident? I gotta see why the Three of Cups is here. It's definitely... One moment. Let's go to the Game of Thrones deck. All right. In regards to the accident, what caused this accident, please? What caused this accident? Justice and the Moon came out. Something with not paying attention. I feel pulled to, there's some element here of not paying attention, and I do have the Chariot coming out. So what I feel pulled to specifically, and I'm not trying to put any blame on the bus or the bus driver at all, but what I feel pulled to is there might have been something that took the attention away, and you know how sometimes you can just turn for a minute, or your attention goes for a minute, and then next thing you know, it's, oh, you know, oh, what happened? That type of energy is what I'm feeling of picking up on. I don't feel any type of foul play, but it does feel in her energy specifically that she's always afraid of it doesn't go away. The fear never goes away. Yeah. So she always has to be on guard of people acting against her or out to get her, is what I feel. So within her own person, she's always feeling like someone's out to get her. This time, I don't feel as though it was specifically anything like that. If this was upright, I would say yes, possibly, because this is like my bloodline card that I use, okay? But it's coming out in reverse, so I do feel as though this was an accident. And I don't feel foul play. Yeah, no, I'm not getting any type of energy showcasing anything other than just a tragic accident that occurred. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and see. Let's get an overall message. I guess we'll leave this here. Please let me know your thoughts and any comments that you have in the comment section below. I'd love to hear. You know what? Let me just get one of these. I pulled this deck out, specifically this Oracle deck. I want to see what message wants to come out for her energy. She's definitely fighting through something. So it's where she's got to break free from this control, feeling controlled, feeling manipulated, feeling, oh yeah, look at that. It's coming out right here. See, feeling manipulated, controlled, abused, this repeated pattern of abuse, and she's never been able to break free from it. And I think it's still afflicting her with this card here coming out. So it does really showcase struggling to like figure out the next step. But in the energy that I'm picking up on, I am feeling her being able to recover. So yeah, I have the victory card when I split the deck. So I'm sending again love and light out and energy for healing. Thank you. And I have the yin yang again, showing that duality, that temperance, that balance, and the need for healing. The need for healing moving forward. And I'm really hoping that she's going to be able to get that, because she deserves that. She absolutely deserves that. And I'm sending out, again, love and light. And yes, may she be able to lean into strength. May she get strength from spirit, from her guides, from her angels, to really help heal her during this time. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a message from the angel deck, and then we'll close this reading. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in today. I truly appreciate you. Energy, please. I might have to do a reading. I'm being pulled to E and that energy, and it just is pulling me into this right here. Wicked, very wicked, very evil. And I'm seeing the number 33. I don't, it's important in some way, because it's just like showcasing this energy of manipulation, control, deceit, and evil. So that message wanted to come out, and I'll have to look at that in another reading. I have kind of been not wanting to, because I don't want to focus on the negative, but we have to be able to learn to recognize what lurks out there, to call it what it is, and to be safe from it. And yeah, to karma, right? Karma is coming back around for that energy. All right, so I'm going to put this one back in. That was the message for that with the 8s. And then let me go ahead and see a guidance message that her energy would want to give everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't force it to fit, okay? Because these are longer messages. But there'll be something there that her energy, personal power. We have the 8s coming out. Oh, personal power. 8888 is coming out. The other one was 888 with the karma, right? So what goes around comes around, and like this energy is going to get what it deserves. All of them that lurk in the darkness, in the shadows, and that manipulate, control, abuse, it goes deep. It goes deep. I gotta Gotta put strength over top of that. Okay. Material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, and epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. I'm sending love and light to everyone out watching this. Thank you so much. Take care.